Y'all know what we do. Time to do what we do. And y'all know we don't get started without doing this. Wonderful, wonderful shout out to the CU1 team for always showing love. And we see them in the chat. We know they're in the chat. They're in the chat right now. So when you see the CU1 team in the chat, show them some love. And those ladies right there are the CU1Ts that are currently at the Brown Stadium, at the Browns game, watching Shedeur Sanders put up over 300 yards. Shedeur Sanders was an absolute monster today, breaking records, doing what he does. But the Browns lost to the Titans 31-29. And it was the coach's fault. This game was lost because of coaching. Coaching lost this game. Shedeur Sanders only had one mistake in this game. One pick. One bad play. Special teams, as always, gave up the ghost. They screwed the pooch. Shedeur Sanders today, ladies and gentlemen, 364 yards, 29 yards rushing, 3 touchdowns in the air, 1 on the ground. As heard on UCSS, Shedeur Sanders is the first quarterback in Cleveland Browns history since 1950 to have over 300 yards in the game, 3 passing touchdowns, and at least 1 rushing touchdown. 75 years, ladies and gentlemen, since a Browns quarterback has done anything of significance in a football game. Kevin Stefanski needs to be fired ASAP. I wouldn't even let him back in the building. Bubba Patron, don't come in here. If you're talking about sabotage, you can't say it can't be real. Because what head coach, when you're down a touchdown, goes for 2? And when you need that 2, after your quarterback doing a 2-minute drill takes you down the field, and you need 2 points to tie the game up, you take your best player off the field, your quarterback. Kevin Stefanski took Shedeur Sanders off the field to run a trick play with a running back and a wide receiver. Cost the Browns the game. Kevin Stefanski needs to be fired. Is Shedeur Sanders a 5th-round draft pick? Why, hell no. Shedeur Sanders just outplayed the first pick in the draft. Completely removed him from the field. Cam Ward, 117 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. Shedeur Sanders, 364 passing yards, 4 touchdowns, and a pick. Your number 1 draft pick versus your number 144th 5th-round draft pick. Where would the Cleveland Browns be today if Dylan Gabriel had never touched the field? If Joe Flacco had never touched the field? If every observation of Shedeur Sanders from the end of his senior season at Colorado said he was the best quarterback in the draft. Mel Kiper stood on the table at the NFL draft and told you Shedeur Sanders is the best quarterback in this draft. He just went head up with the number 1 draft pick. You tell me. Coaching cost the Cleveland Browns this game. Kevin Stefanski, Bubba Patron, and anybody else that's rocking with them needs to go out the door. I wouldn't let them in the building. Their things would be outside in the snow waiting for them to pick them up at this moment. Shedeur Sanders done what franchise quarterbacks do. He was down 14, came back, and because of coaching, they lost the game. Kevin Stefanski was out-coached by an interim head coach and a rookie quarterback. The Browns defense didn't play like the Browns defense had been playing all year. But with Shedeur Sanders at the helm, they had a chance, even though the defense wasn't playing lights out like it always has been. So there is a major, major problem in Cleveland. And Kevin Stefanski is it. Kevin Stefanski should be fired. Shedeur Sanders versus the Titans. 393 total yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception, taken off the field during a late 2-point attempt. What is your problem? Coaching cost the Cleveland Browns this game. Kevin Stefanski called for a 2-point conversion when you only needed 1. Kevin Stefanski went for 2 without his best player on the field, his quarterback, that throws touchdowns in the red zone like it's automatic. But yet and still, once again, Kevin Stefanski removed Shedeur Sanders from the game more than once in the red zone, running a freaking wild dog. Why are you running this play when it doesn't work? When it hadn't worked all day and you're still trying to finesse your way when you just should give him the ball and let him cook. Kevin Stefanski is the problem in Cleveland. They say it's not sabotage. We say something different. Because if you're watching the same thing we're watching, something's not right. Shedeur center went down. His first string tight end went down. First string defensive back went down. Didn't start the game with a right or left tackle starters. Second and third string, right tackle, right guard. All of these deficiencies on your offense and your defense, and you still had a chance. And you gave up the ghost. Kevin Stefanski needs to be fired. He should be fired now, not later. Season's over with. It don't matter who's coaching. Kevin Stefanski should not be in the building unless this is their plan, which would go back to the conspiracy part. But if this is their plan, at the end of the season, Shedeur needs to be traded. Shedeur, in one performance, has shown you. You said he needs to play better each game. Well, damn it, there you go. There's your highlight reel. Now, what's next? What is Jimmy Haslam going to do? How do you tell me that Dillon Gabriel is better than Shedeur with only three weeks of playing with his first string offense when Dillon Gabriel has had the entire 6 months? Kevin Stefanski needs to be fired. Bubba Patron needs to be fired. And everybody else needs to be held accountable. Defense played horrible. They ran at Myles Garrett like it wasn't nothing. They let Myles Garrett get up the field, and they ran the ball right down his side. Just let him through. Here you go. That defense looked like they couldn't tackle. You had players standing around watching other players try to tackle. You had a running back fumble the ball. Special teams gives up a punt block. It was just a lot all together, and it all equaled disaster for the Cleveland Browns, which turned into an L. I'm going to get out of here. Y'all hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Do not forget to turn your post notification bell on. Birthday is this week, so we going to have fun this week. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have real fun. This is going to be the biggest lawsuit against the NFL ever, all in regards to Mr. Shedeur Sanders. He's going to make the NFL pay for this one, just like that prime equity contract that they're mad about. That prime equity contract is not real, bro. Just so you know. But anyway, man, we're going to get out of here. Appreciate y'all. We 4 hours, 25 into this stream. If you want to have an enjoyable stream when the Browns are playing, come on back. Hang out with us. We get live up in here, and we talk a lot of crap. But I'm going to holler at y'all. Appreciate y'all for hanging out. We're going to do it again next Sunday. But we're going to do some more live streams this week. I'm out of here. I'm going to holler at y'all. Peace out.